I don't feel that I'm here at this press conference as a star. If we have to put labels on me, I would prefer the first label to be human being, the second label to be pacifist, and if we have to have a third, it can be folk singer.
Whether it's her natural sweeping soprano or her firmly delivered lyrics, Joan Baez has taken a direct approach to folk and rock for the last 40+ years.
When people expected something of me or saw me in a way I probably didn't see myself, my battle was, and in a way still is, how do I separate what they think I am from what I am or what I think I am? Because they probably don't have much to do with each other.
I'm aware that I'm speaking to many young people who, without this induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, would have no clue who I am. My granddaughter had no clue who I was until I took her backstage at a Taylor Swift concert where she got a selfie, an autograph, a t-shirt, and newfound respect for her grandmother. Thank you. Though one cannot say I'm a rock and roll artist, one cannot overlook the folk music of the 60s, thank you, Jackson, and the immense effect it had on popular music, including rock and roll. Nor can anyone overlook the role that I played in that phenomenon. I was lucky enough to have found my voice when coffee shops were the order of the day.
There were a lot of very talented people trying to, make a living as a folk singer in the little coffee houses and clubs that there were around then, me included.
She had a very unusual way of playing the guitar. I'd never heard anybody do it like Johnny did. And I tried to practice it, but I couldn't get that style down.
Joan was just one of the best at it. She was extremely talented and knocked people off their feet.
A mainstay in the folk community, Baez was a young woman when she was first inspired by some of the early to mid-50s folk artists at the time. Artists like Woody Guthrie, Odetta, and Pete Seeger.
My aunt took me to see Pete Seeger concert. I really came in touch with folk music, and with Pete, because Pete was somebody who took risks in a political world and paid a big price. So I think I really admired that, and then I followed him for both his music and for his politics.
Baez was not only famous for her original compositions, but also for her distinctive covers of popular songs by artists like Stevie Wonder,
I never dreamed you'd leave in summer,
to Johnny Cash,
go away from my window, leave at your own chosen speed. I'm not the one you want, babe. I'm not the one you need.
and the Rolling Stones. Her evocative interpretations of We Shall Overcome and The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down became prominent during the civil rights movement in the 60s.
Virgil Kane is my name, and I drove on the Danville train till Stoneman's cavalry came and tore up the tracks again. In the winter of '65, we were hungry, just barely alive.
As Baez matured in age and sound, her interests in social justice issues and community building made their way into her songs.
My name, it is nothing. My
Her natural instrument boasted a 3-octave range and rapid vibrato.
and the country I come
Her operatic voice transformed traditional folk ballads and deepened the passion felt in her protest songs and covers of other artists. Baez's voice commanded her audience, whether her performance was in a Cambridge coffee shop or on stage at the Newport Folk Festival.
Every girl I knew that picked up a guitar, when I was picking up a guitar, was listening to Joan Baez records, and they were very, very, very big records.
Baez also paved the way for other folk artists to take the stage, including Bob Dylan. She met the unknown troubadour in 1961 and helped guide him in both performance and songwriting.
We could sing just about any kind of thing and make it make sense. And then we began singing here and there, and she just asked me if I wanted to play some shows with her, just like that.
This is a guy who's an unbelievably good poet. And she knew the strength of the songs.
Her emphatic approach to recording another's music attracted others to record what she found special, which also brought to light other talented artists put in the spotlight by Baez's interpretations. Led Zeppelin's rendition of Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You was originally inspired by Baez's second album and was featured on their debut album, originally composed by little-known folk artist Ann Braden.
You know I've got to run, go. I'm not joking about it, baby.
Other notable artists who have followed Baez's original songs or popular covers include a wide range of artists such as John Mayer, and Judas Priest, whose recreation of Diamonds and Rust from Baez's same-titled 1975 album stays emotionally close to the original recording. Interpretation of song isn't simple mimicry. Whether Baez is singing an original composition or dialing in a new interpretation of a previously recorded song, a protest song isn't fixed on one place or time in history.
Goodbye to my one, goodbye Rosalita, adios, mis amigos, Jesus y Maria.
Her dedication to making the spirit of the subject matter known is what has carried her through the duration of her career.
Deportees, and all they will call you will be deportees.